road.
Yeah, it's for the region championship, but like you were saying yesterday, sure looks like both teams are probably going to go to nationals because you're both ranked in the final top 10. The loser probably gets an at-large berth, don't you think?
Only if the right teams win.
Okay.
Okay, so, I mean, if you look at
the rest of the country.
Yeah, around the country. So, for an example, we're ranked number 9 right now.
Yeah.
If they re-rank them, we'll probably go to like 12 or 13 possibly. So now you got 13 teams ahead of us that could beat you. Well, if it's not us, Salt Lake will get the automatic, so that team's out. Florida gets 2 automatics this year because they're in the pod year or whatever it's called. So there's 2 of those 13. And then you just go down the list. You got Trinity Valley. If they don't win theirs, they're going to get one. So now there's already 2 gone. Florida will get one, and at large for sure, because they got 3 teams ranked in the top 5. And so there's only 3 available. You know, Trinity gets one, and then anybody else that's ahead of us that don't win that tournament, it could happen. We have a good shot, but boy, you sure just
you don't want to rely on.
No. I want them to say, and Salt Lake's in, and hands down, nobody's ahead of them. The 2 teams ahead of them are automatic bids this year. So Salt Lake's in. We want to guarantee ourselves. Plus, we want to cut down nets.
Okay. So what's going to be the final reminders on the blackboard today?
For our kids, it's going to come down to the mental part of the game now. We're just going to talk about you got to play with confidence today. You got to play aggressive, and you got to play with confidence. You got to take open shots. You got to feel like you're going to make those open shots. But the key one is some transition buckets. We got to get 10, 20 points in transition somehow, whether transition for a 3 or transition for a layup. We got to get some easy buckets because if you're always setting up your offense against Salt Lake, their defense is pretty solid. And then to get that, you got to have low turnovers, high rebounds, and let the chips fall with them that it may.
CSI women's basketball coach Randy Rogers. Here's the starting lineup for this evening's ball game. First off, for Salt Lake, at one guard, 5'10" sophomore from Idaho Falls, Idaho, number 14, Tyler Clark. 5'7" sophomore from Sofia, Bulgaria, number 15, Eva Georgieva. On the wings, the 5'10" freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 25, Karina Brandon. And a 6-foot sophomore from Luleå, Sweden, number 31, Elsa Paulson Glantz. And in the middle, 6-foot sophomore from Magna, Utah, number 42, Mahata Epinesa. The Bruins are coached by Betsy Specketer, assisted by Marcelina Grayer and Katie Walker-Fuller. Starting lineup for the College of Southern Idaho. At the point, 5'5" freshman from Pocatello, number 10, Mackenzie Van Sickle. A 5'10" sophomore from Chula Vista, California, number 4, Candace Barber. And a 5'9" freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 12, Brianna Osorio. On wing, 5'8" sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 22, Maddie Ventling. And down low, 6'1" sophomore from Murray Bridge, Australia, number 44, Samantha Lubke. Golden Eagles coached by Randy Rogers, assisted by Jason Nichols and Josh Edwards. So there's the starting lineup for both teams. Don't know the names of the officials, recognize them, doesn't matter. Cal Jones is going to sign who he wants for these games, no matter what.
They are your College of Southern Idaho Lady Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles are going to be wearing the home white uniforms with gold numerals and black trim. Salt Lake in the black road unis with navy numerals and white trim as the 2 coaches exchange a hug before the game at midcourt. Very familiar with each other, Randy Rogers and Betsy Specketer. They've had some wars over the years. It's Lepke jumping against Epinesa, and the Golden Eagles control the tap. Van Sickle across midcourt, working against Georgieva. Top of the circle to Maddie Ventling. The Bruins opening in a man-to-man and playing very tight, trying to get in the grill. Ventling on the right wing, free throw line to Lepke. Underneath, trying to get it to Osorio. It got knocked away. She's able to corral it off to Ventling. Free ball from the top of the circle, no good, and Georgieva has the ball for Salt Lake. Pushing it up the floor, had it poked away by Osorio, and Lepke has it. Off to Van Sickle. Kenzie across midcourt, middle of the floor. She'll stop and pop from 3. Does not get the roll. Epinesa with the rebound for the Bruins. Off to Georgieva again, and she'll slow it down as she crosses midcourt. On the right side, to the wing, hands it off to Glantz. Over here on the left to Clark. Now on the wing to Brandon. Brandon dribbling out front. Top of the circle to Epinesa. They're going to back way off her when she's that far out. Hands it off to Clark on the right side, trying to get down the left side of the lane. Had it poked away by Osorio, and it's out of bounds to the Bruins with 7 on the shot clock. We've played 59 seconds, no score. Georgieva tapping the right side of her cheek. Inbounds in the right corner to Glantz. Glantz trying to go baseline, and there's going to be a blocking foul on Osorio. Bree put the hands down. Got to move your feet. Don't grab. Picks up the first personal of the game. Gives Salt Lake fresh 30 with 8:59. That's the other bad thing. There was only 5 seconds on the shot clock when she picked up the foul. Right corner to Glantz. Out on the wing to Georgieva. Against Van Sickle. Loads up the 3, and she's going to be short. Off the iron, and Barber has it. She's leading the break. Candace down the left side of the lane. There's going to be reach in, I believe, on Georgieva. That will be the first personal on Eva Georgieva. And it will be Barber to the line to shoot 2 for the Golden Eagles, trying to break the ice here in this Region 18 championship game. Neither team able to score as of yet. 8:47 left in the first, and Barber's first free throw clangs off the back iron, no good. She has one of the flattest shots for free throws I've seen. It's a wonder she can make the 60% that she gets on the season. Knocks down the free throw, and the Golden Eagles have the 1-0 lead. Brandon will bring the ball across midcourt. Right side, Georgieva on the wing to Glantz, trying to get to the baseline. Does. Out front, left side to Barber. Over on the right wing to Georgieva, trying to get in the lane. Drops it back to Glantz on the right corner. In the lane, Brandon hit the bottom of the glass. Got it back. It's loose on the floor, and Lubke has it for the Golden Eagles. Off to Osorio. She'll bring it across midcourt, middle of the floor. 8:20 left in the first. 1-0 CSI. Middle of the floor to Barber. Glantz is really overplaying Van Sickle on the left side there. Bounces it, free throw line to Lubke. Hands it back. Barber pull up 15-footer. Good! Candace Barber has all 3 points. It's 3-0 CSI. 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Georgieva on the dribble. Left side hands it off to Clark. Over on the right to Glantz. On the wing to Brandon. Back to Glantz. Top of the circle. Down the left side of the lane to the baseline. Threw it up a little too strong. Epinesa went over the back with Osorio trying to save it to Barber. Apparently she stepped on the baseline as she went up for it, and it's out of bounds to the Bruins. With 7:45 remaining in the first, they'll get a fresh 30. Georgieva to inbound on the right baseline into the corner to Glantz. Out on the wing to Georgieva. Back to Glantz, trying to get into the lane again. Knocked away by Osorio, who comes up with it. And then Glantz is going to grab her on the arm, and she questions the call. They do complain a lot. First personal on Glantz, second team foul. That's why you use your fingers when you show who the foul is on. You don't just mouth it. You put a 3 and a 1 up. Bad mechanics. And this official's in the championship game. The table had trouble figuring out what he was saying, because you're not supposed to say it. You're supposed to show it. Georgieva picks Van Sickle at midcourt. Missed the layup, but Brandon hustled down and gets the rebound. Karina Brandon, the Golden Eagles, none of the Golden Eagles came down. Again, Georgieva knocking it away from Van Sickle at midcourt. She'll bring it across midcourt, and finally a blocking foul is going to be called on her, and that's going to be 2 on Eva Georgieva. So Specketer didn't like. She's using the body too much. She's getting the body on body. I don't care if you're not reaching in, and she's still complaining about the call. So she'll go sit with those 2 personal fouls. 3-2 CSI with 7:09 remaining in the first quarter. As in for her is Sydney Taylor. Osorio cross midcourt, middle of the floor, to the left. Hands it off to Van Sickle. Lobbing it in the lane to Lubke, and she's going to travel. Turns around, and Elsa Glantz was right there. And she had no room to dribble or really make any kind of move, and shuffled her feet and gets called for the walk. So Salt Lake gets it back, down 1, 3-2. 6:55 left in the first. Middle of the floor, Brandon, right side to Glantz. Going to lob it down low to Epinesa, who made a nice catch, overshot the basket, and Ventling has it for the Golden Eagles. Maddie Ventling pushing it up the floor. Right wing, Van Sickle, 3-ball, off the iron, no. Rebound to Glantz for the Bruins. Off to Brandon, who hands it off to Taylor, and she'll bring it across midcourt, puts the finger up to signal the play. Brandon's tapping her head. Ooh, she got away with a walk over here. Clark, middle of the floor to Taylor. Free throw line, Epinesa. Hands it off to Clark. Clark to her right, dropped it back to Brandon. Shot clock at 2. Taylor has to launch a desperation 3. No. Again, Epinesa was over the back of Lepke to knock it away, but the Golden Eagles come up with it. Van Sickle has it on the right side on the wing to Osorio. Back out front to Van Sickle. Middle of the floor to Barber. Right side of the lane to Lepke. Up strong against Epinesa. No good. And the rebound to Taylor for the Bruins. She'll bring it across midcourt left side. Still 3-2 with 5:35 left in the first. Taylor trying to work off a pick from Brandon. Doesn't. Dropped it in the left corner. Glantz 3-ball. Off the iron. No. Rebound's going to be tracked down by Clark, though, on the right corner. She has it on the right wing. Looking for cutters in the lane. Nobody there. She'll stop and pop off a nice fake and knock down a 15-footer. Tyler Clark. And Salt Lake with its first lead, 4-3, 5:05 remaining in the first quarter. Candace Barber tying her shoe on the baseline as Osorio brings it across midcourt. Left side to Ventling. Maddie working against Clark. Free throw line to Lupke. Back it in on Epinesa. Put it high off the glass. No. And Epinesa clears it. There was some contact, but that might have been initiated by Lupke. Clark across midcourt on the left side on the dribble. Top of the circle to Glantz. Bounces it to the free throw line to Taylor. She'll pull up from 15 and knock it down. Sydney Taylor, her first points, and it's 6-3 Salt Lake. So it's a 6-0 Bruin run right now with 4:25 remaining in the first quarter. Right wing, Van Sickle gets free from Clark, but threw up a line drive that hit the rim. Barber rebounds, no. It's loose. Clark saves it to Brandon. Off to Taylor. Golden Eagles can't buy a bucket right now. Taylor will get it across midcourt. Over to Brandon on the right side. Back to Taylor on the left. 3-ball on the way. Boom! Sydney Taylor makes it 9-3 Salt Lake. 3:56 remaining in the first quarter. As the Golden Eagles have gone cold and Salt Lake has taken advantage. A 9-0 Bruin run right now. Ventling, top of the circle, working against Taylor. Trying to get it to Barber, and she does. Candace working against Brandon. And she had it knocked away as she went up, and the foul called on Brandon. Betsy Specketer didn't like it. Brandon didn't like it. Referee says she got her on the arm. First personal on her, 14 foul. And here's the media timeout. 3:36 remaining in the first quarter. It's 9-3 Salt Lake, and we're back in 60 seconds.
If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live. If you think your handy gadgets could be more handy with your finances, it's time to rethink and enjoy managing your finances your way, on the go and on the spot. If you think keeping customers and employees happy while also trying to grow your business is harder than it should be, it's time to rethink and get your financial institution working harder for you. Thanks to you, Idaho Central Credit Union has a lot to celebrate. As we reflect on 75 years serving communities throughout Idaho, we're giving back to 75 Idaho community causes this year. Find out more at iccu.com.
Major sponsors. Rob Green Auto Group. Before you buy a new car, truck, or SUV, make your way to Rob Green Auto Group. That's Buick, GMC, Nissan, and Hyundai on North Blue Lakes in Twin Falls. Brzee Heating and Air Conditioning, providing upfront no-nonsense information on your heating or cooling unit. Give them a call at 733-2624. Scholes Dermatology, Dr. Chris Scholes and his staff will take care of you, providing the best treatment determined by whatever your skin problem may be. 734-5555. And May Browning and May, an all-purpose law firm serving Idahoans for over 60 years. Call 733-7180. Candace Barber shooting free throws. Knocks down the first one to stop the Salt Lake 9-0 run. Hits them both. She's got all 5 CSI points. Bruins lead 9-5. 3:33 left in the first quarter. Taylor cross midcourt, right side to Paulson Glantz, trying to lob it down low to Brady, who checks in. And Andrea Brady got behind Lexi Meffy and just lays it in for 2. Her first point. 11-5, Bruins by 6. We know, though, in this series so far this year, getting the big early lead does you absolutely no good. As Gianna Osorio, boom, goes the dynamite from the right foot, knocking down the three-pointer. The first outside shot made by the Golden Eagles. It's 11-8, Salt Lake by 3, inside 3 minutes left in the first. Clark on the right wing, trying to get to the baseline against Ventling. Doesn't get the roll. Brady gets the rebound, put it up off the glass, and scores. Andrea Brady of Salt Lake's getting too many rebounds inside. That was something Coach Rogers talked about in the pregame. Joe Fresa plays catch with Osorio. Salt Lake, are they in a zone? Looks like they're in a zone here. Ventling on the left side, over on the right, Osorio, open 3, off the iron this time, and the rebound is going to be controlled by Glantz for Salt Lake. Off to Taylor, she'll bring it across midcourt, left side to Clark. Loads up the 3, off the iron, no, and Barber goes high for the rebound. Candace leads the break. Cross midcourt, left side, leaves it out front for Osorio. Drifting to her right, now back to Barber on the left. On the wing to Ventling, trying to get to the baseline, now back into the lane, underneath on the baseline. Osorio backs it out, 12-footer, off the iron, no. Nobody going to the glass for CSI, and Brandon has the easy rebound. Off to Taylor, she'll bring it across midcourt. 13-5 Salt Lake with 1:40 left in the first. Glantz with the ball on the right side, top of the circle to Taylor, over on the left to Brandon. Back on the right wing to Taylor, step back, it's a long 2, off the iron, no, and on the rebound they're going to get Glantz through over the back of Osorio. Elsa Glantz with her second personal, 15 foul. It'll be 2 shots for Brianna Osorio.
15 foul. Going to the line for CSI. Number 12, Brianna Osorio for 2.
Her average dropped down to 73% for the season after yesterday. Missed a couple of technical free throws. And she knocks down the first one in.
Number 23, Dominic Mills.
Sam Lepke back into the Golden Eagle lineup while Dominic Mills is in for Salt Lake, in for Glantz with 1:30 left in the quarter. And the Eagles trailing 13-10 after Osorio makes them both. She's got 5, Barber's got 5. Van Sickle back in for Osorio. Again, 90 seconds left in the first. Taylor to Brandon, and she'll bring it across midcourt, left side. Middle of the floor to Mills. She'll hand it off to Taylor on the right side. Free throw line to Clark. Clark makes a move, throws it up, doesn't get the roll, but they're going to say Ventling got her on the arm. First personal on Maddie, second team foul on the Golden Eagles. Puts Tyler Clark to the line to shoot 2. On the season, a 74% free throw shooter. Shot 184 on the season. Knocks down the first one. Lead back up to 4. 1:11 remaining here in the first quarter. Got both of them. She's got 4. 15-10, Bruins by 5. 70 seconds left in the quarter. Joe Fresa across midcourt, right side on the dribble against Mills. Top of the circle to Ventling. Hands it off to Van Sickle on the left side. Back to Ventling on the right. Dribbles down to the wing. Trying to get to the baseline against Clark. Does. Turn around 12-footer. Clark might have got her on the arm. No call. And the air ball is taken down by Brady. Off to Taylor, who stopped at midcourt, working against Van Sickle. Now brings it across, and they're going to get Van Sickle with a blocking foul. Taylor was actually trying to ward her off with that off arm. I don't like how they've been letting the ball handlers in this tournament with their off arm ward off defenders. You're not supposed to be able to do that. Taylor will inbound into the back, or they'll inbound into the backcourt to Taylor, and she's pushing off with that off arm. Over on the right wing to Mills. Mills trying to get it back to Brandon, who took off, and the pass behind her goes out of bounds. 29.3 remaining in the first quarter. Salt Lake with a 5-point lead, 15-10. So the Golden Eagles can hold for the final shot if they so desire. Gilfresa gets it back from Barber, now to Candace, left side to Van Sickle. Top of the circle to Lubke. Over on the right wing, Gilfresa bounces it down on the block to Barber, working against Brandon. Spins baseline, step through, off the glass for two. Nice move by Candace Barber. There was also some contact there that could have been called, but was not. 15-12, 5 seconds left as Taylor lost it, got it back, launches a three at the buzzer off the iron, no good. And we've played 10 minutes. Salt Lake leads at 15-12, and we're back in 60 seconds.
Thanks to you, Idaho Central Credit Union has a lot to celebrate. As we reflect on 75 years serving communities throughout Idaho, we're giving back to 75 Idaho community causes this year. Find out more at iccu.com.
Guiding you in the direction best for you, 733-2624. Scholl's Dermatology, taking care of cosmetic problems as well as diseases of the skin, hair, and nails. 734-5555. And May Browning and May, real estate business and estate planning attorneys with offices in Twin Falls and Boise at 733-7180. Salt Lake ball to start the second quarter with a 3-point lead. Mills gets in the lane from the right side, throws up the runner, and scores. Dominic Mills draws first blood in quarter number 2. 17-12, Salt Lake back up 5. Ruby Shreve on the dribble to the free throw line, turned to the left, was going to feed Brianna Osorio, but she cut to the bucket, and the pass sails behind her and out of bounds. Salt Lake ball. Taylor across midcourt on the right. Down to the wing on the dribble against Osorio. Lobs it into Epinesa. Lubke went for the steal, didn't get it. It's knocked away by Barber, fortunately for the Golden Eagles. Out of bounds to Salt Lake. Otherwise, Epinesa had an easy land. Taylor to inbound on the right baseline. Out on the wing to Mills. She'll pull up from out there. Front rimmed it no. And the rebound will go out of bounds to CSI. 9:16 remaining in the first half. 17-12. Salt Lake with a 5-point lead. Ruby Shreve will bring it across midcourt. Mills checks her on the right wing to Van Sickle. Middle of the floor to Lubke on the left wing to Osorio. Taylor is on her. Right side to Lubke. Back on the left to Barber. Barber working against Brandon. Pull up 18-footer from the left side. Off the iron, no. Rebound to Taylor. Knocked away from behind by Osorio, who caught her on the arm. And that's 2 on Brianna Osorio. First team foul of the second quarter on the Golden Eagles, and now Osorio, who also got hit in the eye, will check out as Maddie Ventling is in for her. Taylor will bring it across midcourt, middle of the floor, working against Ventling. To the left wing, down into the corner to Clark. Tyler Clark working against Shreve, going baseline, in the lane to Epinesa, right side to Brandon, 16-footer, no. Epinesa has the rebound, though. Step-through move against Lepke, missed it, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Mills. It'll belong to CSI. 8:27 left in the first half. 17-12, Salt Lake by 5. CSI did score the first 3 points of the game. Van Sickle across midcourt, middle of the floor, working against Taylor. On the right wing to Ventling. Down on the block to Lepke, double team, kicks it out. Ventling 3-ball, off the iron, no. And Clark had the rebound taken away from her by Shreve. Out on the left wing to Van Sickle, in the lane to Lepke, working on Epinesa. Fake left, went right, and gets the little right-handed hook. Sam Lepke with her first point. And it's 17-14. Steal by Shreve at midcourt. Stops at the free throw line. Has numbers. They kind of screw that up, and Salt Lake gets back. Ventling in the left corner, bounces it into Lepke. Back to Ventling. Got free as she came through the right side. Off the handoff, scores the lay-in. Timeout, Salt Lake. 7:35 remaining in the first half. It's 17-16 Salt Lake, and we're back in 30 seconds.
If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live. If you think your handy gadgets could be more handy with your finances, it's time to rethink and enjoy managing your finances your way, on the go and on the spot.
And welcome back to the CSI gym. They made that 30-second timeout, the media timeout. Gives us a chance to again thank our major sponsors, the Rob Green Auto Group. Rob Green's highly trained and certified service department services all makes and models and keeps your vehicle in top shape. It's Buick, GMC, Nissan, and Hyundai on North Blue Lakes in Twin Falls. For Z Heating and Air Conditioning, perform free heating or cooling analysis with several non-pressure choices. Free estimates available on new systems. Check them out at Z.com. Scholl's Dermatology. Contact Scholl's Dermatology regarding rashes, skin infections, even skin cancer. 734-5555. And injured in an auto accident? Call May Browning and May for a free consultation at 733-7180. 17-16, Salt Lake's 5-point lead cut to 1 here with 7:34 remaining in the first half. Georgieva back in for the Bruins, has 2 personals. To the left baseline. Nice jump out by Lepke. Back out front, left side to Mills. Mills trying to get in the lane, cut off. They work it over on the right side to Clark. Top of the circle, Georgieva. To her left, stops at the free throw line. Fadeaway 12-footer was wide right, and the rebound to Lepke for the Golden Eagles. Off to Ventling. Maddie pushes it up middle of the floor. Crossover underneath to Shreve. Had it poked away by Georgieva, and Brandon has it for the Bruins off to Georgieva, who pushes it up the floor. Right side to Epinesa. Nice jump stop over Ventling for 2. Maata Epinesa running the floor. And it's 19-16. Bruins back up 3 with 6:50 left in the first half. Left side, Lepke with it. Trying to get it to Shreve, but Georgieva doing a good job of denial. Now Lepke dribbles, hands it off to Barber. Free throw line jumper, off the iron, no. And the rebound is controlled by Mills for the Bruins. Stops at midcourt, but still kept her dribble. Right side to Brandon, now on the wing, Georgieva, who barks out to play. Underneath, trying to get it to Mills, but she didn't go to the bucket. She was going to the baseline, and the pass was in front of her and sails out of bounds. Elsa Glantz back in for Tyler Clark for Salt Lake with 6:19 remaining in the half, and Salt Lake leading 19-16. Golden Eagles with the ball off the turnover. Ventling will bring it across midcourt right side. has Glance on her. Dribbling to the left. Now back on the right to Barber. Free throw line to Lupke. Quick move to the bucket. Off the glass for two. Sam Lupke blew right by Ma'ata Epenesa that time. And it's 19-18. Golden Eagles back within one with 5:50 left in the half. Glance right side on the left to Mills. Mills to the left. Knocked away, stolen by Barber. Can she beat the pack down the floor? Yes, she can for the right side lay-in. And the Golden Eagles regain the lead at 20-19 with 5:35 remaining in the first half. Mills across midcourt will slow it down, pick up the dribble now. In some trouble, hands it off Georgieva. Back out front, Brandon. Right side Glance, loads up the three. Boom. Elsa Glance with her first points. It's a triple from the right wing, and the Bruins back on top, 22-20 with 5:15 remaining in the first half. Middle floor, Barber with the ball for the Golden Eagles. On the right to Ventling. Ventling had it poked away by Brandon, but Van Sickle was there, and Georgieva took a swipe. Could have picked up number 3 to Barber down the right side of the lane. Sidestep Epenesa and lays it in. Candace Barber, and we're tied at 22 with 4:50 remaining in the half. Middle of the floor, Brandon with it on the wing to Georgieva. Loads up a quick three off the iron. No. Rebound is controlled by Ventling. Took it away from Mills. Ventling across midcourt on the right. Crossover in the lane. Stops and pops. No good. But Lubke taken away from Glance. Double team finds Ventling. Right side three off the iron. No. And the rebound Georgieva for the Bruins. She'll push it up the middle of the floor. Drifting to the right. Van Sickle was back to cut her off. Left side to Mills. Couple of dribbles. And she backs it out. They'll reset. Mills to the left. In the baseline. Over Lupke. No. But Epenesa is there to clean it up. Ma'ata with her second field goal. And the Bruins back on top. 24-22. Inside 4 minutes remaining in the half. Ventling across midcourt. Middle of the floor. Pick coming from Lupke. She goes to the right. Middle of the floor to Barber. Working against Brandon. To her left. Jump stop. Fade away 12-footer. No. Ventling had the rebound and a wide open layup underneath. Missed it. And a foul on the rebound on Ruby Shreve. That'll be the first personal on Shreve and the second team foul on the Golden Eagles this quarter. With 3:38 remaining in the half, Salt Lake with the ball in a 2-point lead, 24-22. Tyler Clark's back in. So Taylor, Georgieva to sit. Taylor brings it across midcourt right side. Off the Glance on the wing. Top of the circle to Clark. Left side to Brandon. Middle of the floor to Taylor. Free throw line to Glance. Spins in the lane. Dropped it underneath. Epenesa was wide open for the easy lay-in. Golden Eagles were there to help out on the penetration. Left Epenesa wide open. She's got 6, and it's a 4-point Salt Lake lead at 26-22. Ventling right side to Lebke. On the wing to Shreve. Back out to Van Sickle. To Ventling. Middle of the floor to Barber. Looking for Lupke inside. No, she goes down the left side of the lane. Got banged into by Epenesa. No call. She got the bucket anyway. Candace with 13. And it's 26-24. There's got to be a call there because there's a lot of contact. On the right side. Lobs it into Epenesa. Down into the right corner to Brandon. Back out front to Glance. Again trying to lob it down to Epenesa. Knocked away by Lubke. It'll be out of bounds to Salt Lake as Lexia Meffy will check in for Sam Lubke. And Lexia's got to get tough here. I know she's got the broken finger, but if she's going to come in against a physical Mata Epenesa, she's going to have to get tough. 2:27 remaining in the half. Salt Lake with a 2-point lead. Clark, right wing off the inbound. Looking for Epenesa. Skips it over on the left side to Brandon. To Glance. Open three. Off the iron. No. And the rebound is Epenesa. Loses it on the floor. Picks it up. Kicks it back out on the right wing to Taylor. Back into Epenesa. Against Meffy. double teamed on the baseline. They work it out front. Brandon with a three. That was wide right, and the rebound came down to Van Sickle. Timeout CSI. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. It's 26-24 Salt Lake, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Minico schools say Mr. Gas rules.
Canyon Ridge says give it.
If you think your handy gadgets could be more handy with your finances, it's time to rethink and enjoy managing your finances your way, on the go and on the spot. If you think keeping customers and employees happy while also trying to grow your business is harder than it should be, it's time to rethink and get your financial institution working harder for you.
Tip game. Salt Lake has led by as many as 6 points. Golden Eagles have led by as many as 3. Bruins currently lead by 2, 26-24 with 2 minutes remaining in the half. Golden Eagles with the ball. Looks like Salt Lake came out in the zone this time. Is that a 1-3-1 or what is it? 1-2-2, something like that. Left corner, Tori Anderson with it. Out front, left side, Van Sickle. Shot clock down to 10. Back on the left wing to Anderson. Back out front, Van Sickle. To Anderson, left wing. Long three. Off the iron, no. And the rebound to Taylor for the Bruins. Minute 30 remaining in the half. Salt Lake by 2, 26-24. Taylor hands it off on the left side to Clark. Back to Taylor on the wing. To the top of the circle. Trying to shake Van Sickle, but can't. On the right wing to Brandon. Down into the corner to Glant. Bounces it in to Brady. Turnaround over Meffy from the right baseline. Andrea Brady, her third field goal. She's got 6. And it's 28-24. Bruins by 4 as we hit the 1 minute mark remaining in the half. Bentling with the ball. Right wing to Van Sickle. Down in the corner. Bentling, 3 ball. Boom! Goes the dynamite. Maddie Bentling makes it a 1-point game. 28-27 with 47 seconds left in the half. Taylor crosses midcourt, left side, hands it off to Clark. Middle of the floor to Glance, right wing to Brandon. Brandon dribbles to the top of the circle, now on the left side to Glance. Off a pick from Brady to her right, now back to the left, free throw line, lobs it down low to Brady. Barber jumps too soon, and Brady goes to the right side and lays it in. She's got 8. 30-27, Salt Lake by 3. Golden Eagles can hold for the final shot. Right side, Tori Anderson with it. On the left, Van Sickle, quick 3. Boom! Goes the dynamite. Her first point. And we're tied at 35 seconds left. Taylor across midcourt. Finally takes a look at the shot clock. Got it off. Front rimmed it. No, she also got away with a walk. As the buzzer sounds, we are deadlocked at 30 as we hit halftime. And the crowd giving the Golden Eagles some encouragement here. Tied at 30, it's half. And we're back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Golden Eagle Basketball on Club 97.5 FM.
You didn't believe me, but I told you I would find one.
You found her in my neighborhood?
Yeah, and she's interested in going on that date.
If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live. If you think your handy gadgets could be more handy with your finances, it's time to rethink and enjoy managing your finances your way, on the go and on the spot. If you think keeping customers and employees happy while also trying to grow your business is harder than it should be, it's time to rethink and get your financial institution working harder for you. Thanks to you, Idaho Central Credit Union has a lot to celebrate. As we reflect on 75 years serving communities throughout Idaho, we're giving back to 75 Idaho community causes this year. Find out more at iccu.com.
You didn't believe me, but I told you I would find one.
You found her in my neighborhood?
Yeah, and she's interested in going on that date.
If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live. If you think your handy gadgets could be more handy with your finances, it's time to rethink and enjoy managing your finances your way, on the go and on the spot.
You have a journey ahead of you. How will you create it? How will you embrace it? How will you achieve it? How will you change the world and discover yourself in the process? You will, at Snow College.
If you think keeping customers and employees happy while also trying to grow your business is harder than it should be, it's time to rethink and get your financial institution working harder for you. Thanks to you, Idaho Central Credit Union has a lot to celebrate. As we reflect on 75 years serving communities throughout Idaho, we're giving back to 75 Idaho community causes this year. Find out more at iccu.com.
To the CSI gym, we're ready to start the second half. It's going to be Golden Eagle ball, trying to break this 30-all tie. Looks like Salt Lake's going to come out in a 1-2-2 zone. They work it around the perimeter. Left side, Van Sickle with it. Or is it a man? On the left baseline, open is left. He overshoots from 12 feet, and it goes right to Georgieva for the Bruins. She'll bring it across midcourt, middle of the floor. Left wing to Glantz. Lobs it down on the baseline to Brandon. Backdoor cut from Clark, but she couldn't. They didn't see her, I should say. She got open. Left side is Glantz with it. Out front to Brandon. Over on the right to Clark. Clark, right side to Brandon. Down low, knocked away by Lepke, and Barber has it. Barber leading the break back the other way. Down the left side of the lane, drops it off to Osorio for the left side lay-in. Brianna Osorio. And the ball rolls back out onto the court. So they had to stop play for a second. 32-30, Golden Eagles back on top as we hit the 9-minute mark left in the third. Left side, Glantz off the handoff from Georgieva. Dribbles to the right, into the lane, poked away by Van Sickle. It's loose on the floor. And what do we got? We got somebody kicking it. I think they're going to call Glantz for trying to kick it to a teammate. So it'll be CSI ball with 8:54 remaining in the third. Yeah, that's a kick, but it's going to be CSI ball. I think he wanted to reset the shot, put 15 on the shot clock, but it doesn't matter. It's a change of possession. There's going to be a new shot clock anyway. So Ventling will bring it across midcourt, middle of the floor, right side to Van Sickle. She'll stop and pop for three as they leave her open, and boom goes the dynamite. Kenzie Van Sickle with her second triple. She's made her last two now, and it's 35-30. That's the biggest lead of the game for CSI with 8:30 remaining, and they overthrow Epinesa inside. Glance on the turnover, and the Golden Eagles get the ball back. Can they take advantage of this bad start to the second half for the Bruins? Ventling slows it down, crosses midcourt, middle of the floor, as Coach Rogers calls out the play. Right side to Barber. Salt Lake back in a man-to-man. Free throw line to Lubke. Powers away in against Lubke. Osorio with the rebound. No, it's loose and out of bounds off of Epinesa. It'll be CSI ball. 8:09 remaining in the third. 35-30. Golden Eagles by 5. Van Sickle to inbound on the right baseline. On the wing to Ventling, loads it up from inside the three-point line and knocks it down. Maddie Ventling has 7, and the lead is 7 for CSI at 37-30 as Tyler Clark drives the right baseline and lays it in to get the Bruins on the board. 7:50 remaining in the third quarter. It's now 37-32, CSI by 5. Barber with the ball on the left side, almost turned it over, as Glance was denying Osorio. Now she does get the ball to breathe. Dribbles to the right, middle of the floor, picks it up. Free throw line to Lubke, hands it back to Osorio. Got a bump from Epinesa, who picks up the personal foul. She's been getting away with a lot of body contact inside on the Golden Eagle penetration, but not that time. That's her first, and the first team foul of the third quarter on either team. 37-32 Southern Idaho as Osorio goes to the line to shoot two. Bree is 2 for 2 from the stripe so far tonight. 7:31 remaining in the third quarter. First one on the way, nothing but nylon. Bree now with 8, as Sydney Taylor will check in for Elsa Glance. 38-32 CSI. Osorio will have one more. Got them both. She's got 9. And it's 39-32, the lead back to 7 with 7:30 left in the third. Right side Brandon, into the corner Clark. Back out front Brandon, back to Clark. She'll load up from 3 in that right side off the iron, no. And Ventling has the rebound for the Golden Eagles. Ahead up the right side to Barber. Barber gonna let traffic clear. They leave her open, but she won't take the shot. Instead hands it off to Osorio. Barber got knocked down by Taylor running through a pit. In the lane to Lubke, out front. Van Sickle fakes the 3, dishes it back to Lubke, missed the left side gimme, got it back, and scores! Sam Lubke didn't get that. I think he shot it too quick, but it's 41-32, CSI by 9 with 6:50 remaining in the third. Georgieva taps her chin and hands it off on the left side to Taylor, over to Clark on the right side. Georgieva screaming for it in the left corner, loads up the 3 and overshoots it. Went off the glass and came down to Brandon, who lays it in. Karina Brandon with her second field goal. She's got 4. Stops the momentum for a second. It's 41-34 CSI with 6:20 left in the third quarter. Osorio with the ball near midcourt, middle of the floor. Right side to Van Sickle. Shot clock down to 10 as Osorio gets it at the top of the circle. To her right, back to Van Sickle on the wing. Loads up the 3. And boom goes the dynamite. Got the roll. It kind of went in and out and back down again. Timeout Salt Lake. 5:55 remaining in the third quarter. It's your first double-digit lead. 44-34 Southern Idaho. And we're back in 60 seconds.
You didn't believe me, but I told you I would find one.
You found her in my neighborhood?
Yeah, and she's interested in going on that date.
Welcome back to the CSI gym. Golden Eagles have come out and outscored the Bruins 14 to 4 to start the second half here in the third quarter, and have opened up a 10-point lead at 44-34. Having some trouble keeping the power on here. I've got a short in my box. But Tyler Clark going to launch a three from the top of the circle. No good. And Epinesa again over the back. Gets the rebound, but she loses it in the lane. Van Sickle has it. Spins at midcourt. Now she'll let traffic clear. 44-34 CSI and 5:35 remaining in the third quarter. Van Sickle, bothered by Clark, to Barber down the left side of the lane. Leans in over Epinesa. Missed it. Rebound is loose, and Georgieva has it for Salt Lake. Back the other way to Tyler Clark. Trailer. She'll put it up. No good. Rebound Epinesa. Blocked by Lubke, who comes away with it, and she's going to be fouled by Taylor. Bear with me as I'm trying to keep the. I've got a short in my box here on the power supply. I've got a short on the power supply, but I'm trying to keep this going and on here. Bree Osorio has the ball for the Golden Eagles on the right wing. Back out front to Mackenzie Van Sickle. In the lane to Barber. Barber back on the right to Van Sickle. Van Sickle, they're jumping out on her now. Don't want her to launch another three. To Barber on the left. Shot clock at 4. Down the left side of the lane. Cut off by Brady. Missed by Lubke, who also hit the deck. A lot of physical contact that is not being called. And Salt Lake has the loose ball. Clark down the right side of the lane. Step through over Lubke, scores. And we've got 4:29 remaining. 4:20 remaining in the third quarter. Oh, I'm trying to get this to work. I think I maybe have it if I just don't jostle that again. 44-36. Golden Eagles with an 8-point lead. Barber with the ball in the middle of the floor. Launches a free throw line jumper. Off the iron, no. And Georgieva loses control of it in the corner. It'll be out of bounds to CSI. 3:58. We're inside 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And here's the media timeout. 3:58 left in the third. 44-36 CSI. And we're back in 60 seconds.
If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live.
I started my journey at Snow College because of the
beautiful campus,
amazing professors, fun, friendly people,
hands-on classroom experience,
affordable education.
I love the social life,
our nationally ranked football team,
the intramural sports,
opportunities to get involved,
small class sizes,
amazing improv theater.
My teachers know me,
campus activities.
It feels like home.
Thanks to you, Idaho Central Credit Union has a lot to celebrate. As we reflect on 75 years serving communities throughout Idaho, we're giving back to 75 Idaho community causes this year. Find out more at iccu.com.
The third quarter, Golden Eagles with an 8-point lead, 44-36. Got a fresh 30. And Joe Fraser will inbound in the left corner. Into Ventling on the wing. Maddie dribbles out front. Nice backdoor cut from Bree Osorio, who got behind Tyler Clark, and she'll lay it in. Osorio into double figures with 11 now. 46-36, lead back up to 10. 3:45 left in the third. Right side Taylor with it on the wing to Brandon. In the lane to Brady, who got free from Lubke, who fouled her from behind. Sam went for the steal, didn't get it. and caught her on the arm. That's her first personal. And the first team foul of the quarter on CSI. Salt Lake with a fresh 30. Taylor inbound on the right baseline. Lobs it in to Brady. That's a Taylor in the right corner. Gets a pick from Brady. Right side three ball is good. Sydney Taylor knocks down a huge triple for the Bruins. And it's 46-39 with 3:23 left in the third quarter. Barber out front, left side. Brandon way off her. Back on the right to Joe Fresa. Georgieva's way off her. Right wing to Ventling. Looking inside for Lucky. Can't get it to her. Barber down the left side of the lane. Again, lots of contact. Brandon and Brady were both there. They're going to give it to Brandon. Her second personal. That is the third team foul of the quarter. And Barber will go to the line to shoot 2. Candace 3 of 4 from the stripe so far today. Has not scored here in the third quarter. First one on the way is good. I don't know why they always got to have these little meetings right in front of me. I get screened out of everything. Second free throw, off the iron, no. Ventling has the rebound, feeds it off to Osorio down the lane, missed it high off the glass, and Clark has it for the Bruins. 47-39 as Georgieva tried to go left baseline, blocked by Lepke, and they share a chuckle as the two runs down the court side by side. Ventling right side three was an air ball. Clark might have got a piece of that, and the rebound goes right to Georgieva. 47-39. Golden Eagles by 8 here with 2:35 remaining in the third. Clark dribbling to the right. Drops it back out front to Brandon, who lost it but got it back. On the wing to Clark. Loads up a long three and knocks it down. Tyler Clark starting to force some stuff, but she's got 7 here in the quarter, 11 for the game, trying to bring the Bruins back. It's 47-42, that 10-point lead cut in half. Left wing, Osorio with the ball from trying to work against Clark to the baseline, and Clark got her on the arm. That'll be the first personal on Tyler Clark, 4th team foul against the Bruins. And Bree Osorio will go to the line where she is 4 for 4 tonight, has 11 points. 47-42, Golden Eagles with 2:07 remaining in the third quarter. First one on the way is nothing but nylon for Osorio. Kinsey Van Sickle back in for Maddie Ventling. Elsa Glantz in for Karina Brandon for Salt Lake. This to make it a 7-point lead. Got them both. A little body English there. Didn't need it. They got nothing but net. She's got 8 in this quarter, 13 for the game. Georgieva across midcourt, right side to Glantz. Out front, Georgieva. Eagles in his zone. Right corner, Glantz skips it over. Clark, open three, off the iron this time. And the long rebound to Joe Fresa. Eagles running. Barber has it. Gets by Georgieva and lays it in on the left side. Just blew right by her. She's got 16 now, and it's 51-42. CSI back up by 9. Glantz in the right corner, almost daring her to shoot. We've got a whistle and something going on inside. Bree Osorio just picked up her third personal, and she doesn't know what she did. That's the second team foul of the quarter. That'll bring Ruby Shreve up off Coach Rogers' bench. And in for Osorio. She got 8 points in the quarter, 13 for the game. Taylor to inbound on the right baseline, lobbing it in to Brady. Backs out and hands it off to Taylor. She goes left in the lane. What do we got? Before the pass, a foul on Joe Fresa. Anna Joe Fresa picks up her first. That's the third team foul of the quarter on the Golden Eagles. Salt Lake with another fresh 30. Brady in the right corner, hands it off. Taylor free ball. In and out, no good. Rebound to Barber. Candace cross midcourt to Van Sickle on the right side. Kenzie's going to back it out, and they'll reset. To her left. Back on the right to Lubke. On the wing, Joe Fresa loads up the three. Off the front rim, no good. Shreve with great position on the rebound, missed it. but Lupke is there on the left side to lay it in. She's got a 53-42, Eagles by 11, inside a minute remaining in the third. Georgieva across midcourt, right wing to Taylor, top of the circle to Clark, over on the left, Georgieva loads up a quick three, off the iron, no, ball is loose, picked up by Barber for CSI. Candace across midcourt on the left, pull up over Georgieva, off the iron, no, Van Sickle kept it alive but couldn't control it as Brady takes it away from her. Hands it off to Clark, and Salt Lake can hold for the final shot if they want to. About a half-second differential, so it really doesn't matter. Taylor, middle of the floor, working against Shreve, crossover, and she travels. She stopped at the free throw line, and her feet slid, and she'll get called for the walk. So 13.4 remaining in the quarter. It's been a good one for CSI as Ma'ata Epenisa checks in for Brady for Salt Lake. 53-42 Golden Eagles. We were tied at 30 at the half. The Eagles have already scored more today than they did in 4 quarters last Saturday. Joe Fresa will bring it across midcourt. We're at 8 on the shot clock. So Lupke in the middle of the floor. Right side to Van Sickle. A deep three. Air ball. Shreve rebounds and forced up a shot underneath the basket. Hit the bottom of the rim. No good as the buzzer sounds, ending the third with CSI leading 53-42, and we're back in 60 seconds.
A&G Irrigation in Jerome is your Zematic.
If you think keeping customers and employees happy while also trying to grow your business is harder than it should be, it's time to rethink and get your financial institution working harder for you.
42, that matches their biggest lead of the ballgame. We were tied at 30 at the half, and the Golden Eagles outscored the Bruins 23-12 in that third quarter, with Brianna Osorio scoring 8. She's back out there to start the fourth with 3 personal fouls. Salt Lake ball, Georgieva free throw line to Clark. Working against Osorio. Now Lupke off the pick. Open in the left corner is Lance. 3 ball is going to be a little too long. Epenisa with the rebound though. She'll back it out and hand it off to Clark out front on the right side. Clark trying to get the baseline dive. Nope, before the shot, foul on Van Sickle. That'll be the second personal on Kenzie Van Sickle, so Salt Lake with a fresh 30. Actually worked to CSI's advantage as Clark had a lay-in and scored it. Clark on the right baseline. Open in the left corner is Taylor for 3, and she knocks it down. Sydney Taylor, her third 3 of the game, and Salt Lake back within 8 at 53-45, 9:30 remaining in the ball game. Georgieva's going to meet Van Sickle in the backcourt this time. Across midcourt is Kenzie. Over on the left wing to Osorio. Skips it back over on the right side to Van Sickle. Back over on the left to Ventland. Bounces it down to Barber. Triple teamed. Looking for some room, and they're going to call for an offensive foul. She kind of was trying to steady herself because everybody was hacking at her. She did put the arm up. It was right in front of the official, and she'll call an offensive foul on her. 53-45 with 9 minutes remaining in the game. Taylor will bring it across midcourt and hand it off to Georgieva. Eagles are going to stay in that 2-3 zone. Left side to Glantz, down on the baseline to Taylor. Double team to Georgieva in the corner. Out to Glantz. 3-ball left side. Off the iron, no. And the rebound's going to be out of bounds off of Salt Lake to CSI. Epinesa and Clark were fighting each other for it, going over the top of Osorio. Eagle ball with an 8-point lead and 8:40 to play. 53-45. Osorio brings it across midcourt this time. Over to Barber on the left. On the wing to Ventling. To Lepke on the block. Hands it back to Ventling. Double teamed and a foul on Clark. She got her on the arm. That's the second personal on Tyler Clark and the first team foul of the quarter on the Bruins. Golden Eagles will inbound on the left baseline. It'll be Osorio to pull the trigger. Lobs it out front for Barber. Barber to the left, just blows right by Glantz and gets to the bucket and lays it in. Candace Barber, hard to beat that athleticism. 55-45, 10-point CSI lead and 8:15 to play. Georgieva across midcourt on the dribble to the right side. Middle of the floor to Taylor, free throw line to Glantz. Back out to Clark, right side 3-ball, off the iron, no. Epinesa went over the back of Lepke to keep it alive, but Ventling comes away with it. She'll cross midcourt with it, middle of the floor. Still on the right side, now to Barber in the middle of the floor, left wing to Van Sickle, bounces it in to Lepke on the baseline. Working against Epinesa, out front to Barber. Barber to the left, pull up 15-footer, rims out, no. And Osorio got thrown down by Glantz, no call. He hollers at the official, and he says something to the Golden Eagle bench. Taylor, right side 3-ball, too strong, and the rebound to Barber. Lets traffic clear, and Canvas will leave it for Van Sickle. 7:20 to play, 55-45, Southern Idaho. Van Sickle in the middle of the floor on the dribble. Right side to Barber. Free throw line to Lepke, attacking Maata Epinesa. Doesn't get the roll, but Epinesa with the body. He was waving off the shot. So he's saying it was before the shot. Second personal on Epinesa, and the second team foul on the Bruins. Okay, we'll take the 30 seconds with 7:06 to play, and the Eagles up 55-45. Osorio to inbound on the left baseline. Having some trouble. Finds Lepke in the right corner. On the wing to Ventling. Out front to Van Sickle. Squinting to get the play from the bench. Middle of the floor. Osorio knocked away by Georgieva, who came flying from behind. Left side, loses it out of bounds. She was trying to make a pump fake on Osorio and couldn't control it. It's out of bounds for CSI with 6:50 to play. 55-45, Golden Eagles with a 10-point lead. Van Sickle will bring it across midcourt. Right wing to Osorio. Hands it off out front to Ventling. Working against Georgieva, goes behind the back, over to Lepke, who made a nice catch, triple team, gets the shot off, no, and a foul on Salt Lake. The foul is going to be on Taylor, her second, third team foul. And it'll put Sam Lepke at the line to shoot too, and it's always been an adventure this year on how Sam's going to do. She got her average back up to 56% after making some against, she was 3 of 4 against Snow, and she knocks down the first one here. It's her first trip to the line tonight. It's an 11-point game again at 56-45. Lepke with one more. Got them both. She's in the double figures with 10, and it's a 12-point Golden Eagle lead and 6:30 to play. Georgieva across midcourt, middle of the floor. On the left, hands it off to Taylor. Taylor back to the right, all the way to the corner. To Glantz, cutting to the bucket, loses the handle on it, but throws it up over Lepke, and a foul called on Sam. Her second personal. That's the third team foul on the Golden Eagles in this quarter. Team fouls even at 3 apiece, and they'll give Glantz 2 shots. Her first trip to the line tonight. On the season, she's a 69% free throw shooter, and she hits the first one. Ruby Shreve into the Golden Eagle lineup in for Kenzie Van Sickle. 6:15 remaining. It's 57-46 Southern Idaho. Lance with one more free throw. She's hit a three-pointer, has 4 points. Got them both. She's got 5. 57-47. Osorio says something to Barber as she brings it across midcourt. On the dribble to the left side, working against Georgieva. Behind the back to the left. Hands it off to Shreve. Down into the corner, Osorio against Clark. Finds Ventling over in the right corner. Lubke, pump fake. They're going to say she shuffled the feet before the ball hit the floor. And the turnover gives it back to Salt Lake with 6 minutes exactly remaining in the game. And the Golden Eagles with a 10-point lead, 57-47. Taylor off the inbound from Georgieva, brings it across midcourt right side. To the left, to Glantz at the top of the circle, right wing to Clark, trying to get into the lane, does, over Shreve, miss it, ball is loose and tapped out of bounds by Clark. She tapped it away from Epinesa. She's trying to do too much on her own. She's forcing the issue here. 5:44 to play. Eagles by 10, 57-47. Ventling will bring it across midcourt. Nobody challenging her there until she crosses. It'll be Clark. Left side to Lubke. Over on the right to Shreve. Down into the corner, Ventling throws it into Barber, and she's fouled from behind by Taylor. Trying to knock it away. Sydney Taylor picks up her third personal. That's the 4th team foul. Next one, and the Eagles will be shooting free throws. Brady and Brandon check in for Salt Lake. Taylor and Epinesa will check out. We're about 26 seconds away from the media timeout. Osorio to inbound on the right baseline for CSI. Gets it into Lubke, coming down left side of the lane. Lots of contact. Got it back. And now the pass knocked away and stolen by Glantz. Poked away by Barber. It's out of bounds to Salt Lake on the baseline. But Candace stopping the break there. And the Golden Eagle fans let her hear it. 5:17 remaining. The Eagles by 10. Salt Lake with the ball on the right baseline. Georgieva into Clark in the corner. Goes baseline. Stumbles into Osorio and lost the ball. It's CSI with it. Barber in the backcourt over to Osorio. And Brianna will bring it across midcourt. As we hit the 5-minute mark remaining in the game, Eagles by 10, 57-47. Osorio dribbling down to the right wing, now back out front, middle of the floor to Barber, shot clock down to 10. Candace to her left, slips, hits the deck. We've got a jump ball, possession arrow to CSI. 4:48 remaining in the ball game. Here's the media timeout. It's 57-47 Southern Idaho, and we're back in 60 seconds.
At Brazil Heating and Air Conditioning, we provide upfront, no-nonsense information.
You didn't believe me, but I told you I would find one.
You found her in my neighborhood?
Yeah, and she's interested in going on that date.
If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live.
Barber and Lubke on the floor for CSI. Ventling to throw it in. Brandon, Brady, Glantz, Georgieva, and Clark for Salt Lake. Into Van Sickle. Kenzie, left side, Ventling down in the corner. Osorio, 3 ball, off the glass, no good. And the shot clock violation gives the ball to Salt Lake. She had an open look. That was an ugly-looking shot. Just forced it too quick. So Salt Lake ball, 4:41 to play. They're down 10. Georgieva across midcourt on the left side, working against Van Sickle. Nice jump out by Lubke. Georgieva, 3-ball from the left side, off the iron, no. Barber high for the rebound. Candace leads the break up the right side, and she's going to dribble and let traffic clear. Left side to Ventling. They want to run clock. Back to Candace on the right. On the wing now to Van Sickle, to Osorio. Left side, Lubke. On the wing, Ventling. To Van Sickle on the left. Middle of the floor, Barber with 10 on the shot clock. Candace working against Clark. Pull up 16-footer. Bingo! Candace Barber. She's got 20. And it's 59-47. The lead is 12 as Van Sickle steals it. Inside 4 minutes, and she's going to wait and let traffic clear before she brings it across midcourt. Wants to use the entire 30 seconds or at least 20 of it. On the dribble, over to Barber on the right. On the wing, Osorio. Salt Lake will be gambling and trying to get steals if they can. Getting into the passing lane. Van Sickle on the left wing, shot clock at 7. Over to Barber, middle of the floor, 3, down the lane, throws up the runner with the right hand, no. That didn't hit anything, but Georgieva has it. Pushing the ball up the left side against Van Sickle, gets the lay-in on the left side. Eva Georgieva, timeout, Salt Lake. That's her first points of the game. 3:18 remaining. It's 59-49 Southern Idaho, and we're back in 30 seconds.
First Federal would like to remind
If you think your handy gadgets could be more handy with your finances, it's time to rethink and enjoy managing your finances your way, on the go and on the spot. If you think keeping customers and employees happy while also trying to grow your business is harder than it should be, it's time to rethink and get your financial institution working harder for you.
CSI Gym. We've got 3 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in this Region 18 Women's Basketball Championship. He's putting up 3. He's saying 3. 3 and 1. 3 and 1. 2 and 1. Yeah. So Salt Lake has 1 timeout remaining. Golden Eagles have 3. Salt Lake with some full court pressure. Osorio to Ventling to Lebke, and Sam cross midcourt to Osorio. Over on the right, bad pass, intercepted by Mills. She was off balance. Mills tracks it down on the right, left baseline, leans into Ventling, missed the shot. Clark with the rebound will back it out. Out front, right side to Glantz, over to Taylor, to Mills on the left wing. Trying to get in the lane, throws up the runner, off the iron, no, and Lubke has the rebound for CSI. Hands it off to Van Sickle, 2:45 to play. Eagles by 10, 59-49. Left side, Maffey over on the wing on the left side to Osorio. Out front to Ventling, middle of the floor to Lubke, off to Van Sickle on the right wing. To Osorio. Glantz is on her. Over on the left to Ventling. In the lane, Maffey had it knocked away from her. Ventling tracks it down, long 3. Boom! Goes the dynamite! Maddie Ventling with the shot clock running down. Right in front of the Golden Eagle bench, nails a huge 3. It's 52-49 with 2:10 to play. Clark with the ball on the right side for Salt Lake. Gets loose in the lane, is going to be fouled. It might be Van Sickle, let's see. That will be McKenzie, her 3rd personal. That's the 14th foul on CSI. Next one puts Salt Lake shooting 2. Well, both teams are in the bonus now, as each team has 4 team fouls. Clark will be at the line to shoot 2. With 2:02 to play, her team down by 13, and she hits the first one. The Eagles just have to take care of the ball now. Candace Barber back in. Lexi Meffy will check out. It's Barber, Van Sickle, Ventling, Lubke, and Osorio, the 5 starters on the floor. Clark makes them both. She's 4 for 4 from the stripe, has 13 points. We're inside 2 minutes. The Eagles break the press. Barber has it on the right side. Going to hand it out front to Ventling. Ventling on the left to Barber. On the wing, left side to Van Sickle. Even if they don't score, just run the 30 seconds. Shot clock's inside 10. Lubke is going to be fouled across the face by Brandon with 7 on the shot clock and 1:38 remaining. For Brandon, that's her third. Well, this game isn't over yet. There's still 1:38 to play. And Lubke will be shooting 2, but she's got to make them. She made her last 2, and the first one is no good. Mata Epinesa in for Karina Brandon for the Bruins. CSI leading 62-51. Even if she makes it, it's still a 4-possession game. Make or miss. Got 1 of 2. 3 of 4 from the line is Sam, and it's 63-51. The Eagles going to put a little bit of pressure and make Salt Lake run some clock, bringing the ball up the court. Taylor gets it across midcourt. On the dribble to the left side. Hands it off to Clark. Clark back to the right off a pick from Epinesa down the lane. On the wing to Glantz. Glantz in the lane. Going to throw up a little scoop, and it gets nothing but nylon. An ugly-looking shot that went in for Elsa Glantz. She's got 7. And it's 63-53 with 1:10 to play. Salt Lake has to foul. Nope, timeout CSI. 69 seconds remaining in the ball game. It's 63-53 Southern Idaho, and we're back in 30 seconds.
If you think keeping customers and employees happy while also trying to grow your business is harder than it should be, it's time to rethink and get your financial institution working harder for you. Thanks to you, Idaho Central Credit Union has a lot to celebrate. As we reflect on 75 years serving communities throughout Idaho, we're giving back to 75 Idaho community causes this year. Find out more at iccu.com.
Welcome back to the CSI gym. 69 seconds remaining in the ball game. Golden Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining. Salt Lake has 1. It's 63-53 Southern Idaho. Salt Lake will put up intense pressure as the Golden Eagles try to inbound across the way. Osorio to throw it in to Lubke on the right side. She gets free from Epinesa and will lay it in on the right side. Sam Lubke with 5 huge points here in the fourth quarter, and it's 65-53 inside a minute. Clark, quick 3 from the left side, no, and the rebound Osorio fouled right away by Taylor. And that might do it. 4th personal on Taylor. Osorio will go to the line to shoot 2, and the Eagles are 51 seconds away from claiming back-to-back Region 18 Women's Basketball Championship. Salt Lake is still going to make the national tournament field. They're going to get one of the at-large berths if they do not win. Timeout Bruins, 51.3 to play, 65-53 Southern Idaho, back in 60 seconds.
Your car or truck might be worth many thousands of dollars, but
if you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live. If you think your handy gadgets could be more handy with your finances, it's time to rethink and enjoy managing your finances your way, on the go and on the spot.
card. Pick yours up today.
With a 12-point lead, 65-53. It's Barber, Lubke, Osorio, Ventling, and Van Sickle on the floor. Osorio to the line to shoot 2. First one on the way is a little too strong, no good. Her first miss of the night. So she's 6 of 7 now, has 13 points. Big 8 points in the third quarter when the Golden Eagles took command of the game. Got 1 of 2, so she's got 14. And that makes it a 5-possession game at 66-53. Clark out front. Who's going to take the 3? You know they're going to be launching lots of triples. They're spread out along the line. Barber trying to draw the offensive foul. Does. Clark kind of was trying to lean in, draw the defense in, and dish it out, and picks up the offensive foul, her third. So the Eagles get it back with 38.5 to play, leading by 13. And as I said, Salt Lake's going to make the tournament field anyway. They were ranked number 3 in the country. Their only 2 losses of the year have been to CSI. They will make the tourney. CSI Coach Rogers thought his team needed to win this to make sure that they made the tourney field. Bruins electing not to foul here. Shot clock is down to 9. Barber on the dribble all the way to the right side, dropped it off to Ludke, and the Eagles will let the shot clock expire with 7.6 remaining. The only thing in doubt now is the final score. And for Golden Eagle fans, it couldn't come much sweeter than against Salt Lake. If there's a team you had to beat to win it, it's Salt Lake. Your final score, Southern Idaho 66, Salt Lake 53. The postgame show is coming up. We'll hear from Coach Randy Rogers. Also talk to the player of the game, get the final stats. All that good stuff is coming up after this 2-minute timeout. You've been listening to Golden Eagle Basketball on Club 97.5 FM.
We take the whole family to Tony's 2T Auto to get the car detailed. You should hear the kids. Better. Get out of town.
Just we looked quicker to the ball than they did. And, you know, that might have been a little bit of, you know, their tough game they had yesterday.
Let's talk about the adjustments you made defensively at halftime. First half, you're tied at 30. Their bigs had half their points. They had 14 of the 30 points between Epinesa and Brady. Second half, they're shut out.
Yeah.
What did you do?
We actually didn't do much different. You know, I think they got some guards that really want to get, shoot the ball, and so they took some tough shots. We did go to a zone in the second half, and they were a little confused, ran a little bit of clock, and let's say for Candace, she just played so hard she almost completely spent herself today.
Steady throughout, had 20 points, a big third quarter, and it was keyed by Brianna and Mackenzie. Mackenzie hitting the 2 big threes. We've been saying you got to knock down some outside shots, and it wasn't just Kenzie who hit 3, but Bree hit 1, and Maddie Ventling also hit 2. Those 3-pointers are huge against this team.
Hey, come on. We shot 78% from the foul line. Are you kidding me?
Well, that too.
That's big time.
Yeah,
so,
in particular, Sam Lubke, who was 3 of 4, did a better job rebounding in the second half. Actually wind up out-rebounding them by 2 after you were getting killed on the boards in the
down by
first
6
half.
at halftime, yeah. Especially on the offensive end. They were up 4 or 5 of us on the offensive end.
Okay, so what do you do now for 2 weeks before you go to Nationals?
We're going to Nationals.
I know.
We're going to Nationals. We're not waiting. I think they'll be in too.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
But I know you don't like having that long wait in between games, though. It's tough to keep the intensity.
No, you know what? It's more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Closer to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's tough. You take a day off. I think we'll do a lot of conditioning, actually. Get a lot of shots in. Just fun. So real proud of these guys.
Okay.
It's a battle.
I know you want to go cut down some nets here. They're introducing the Salt Lake players, but who's going to be our player of the game? I mean, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
You had really 4 players.
I want to give it to somebody different because all I know is Maddie Bentley hit 1. I think she stepped on my foot.
Oh, yeah, that was here. Yeah, with the shot clock down at 3.
About won the game. Yeah. Right there. She hasn't had much all year. I'm going to go for her. She had 8 rebounds, 10 points. We could have given it to any one of the starters. They all played well. We didn't get any points out of the bench.
We didn't need to.
But they came in and gave us some good minutes.
Yeah.
Lexi gave us some rebounds. Ruby gave us some rebounds. But again, great win for us.
Okay.
Karina Brandon. Elsa Paulson Lance. Andrea Brady. Ashlyn Smith. And Maana Eswaniza. Assistant coach Marcelia Breyer. Assistant coach Katie Walker Fuller. And head coach Betsy Spector. Sports fans, as we mentioned, this is one of the toughest regions in the nation. These teams beat each other up all year, making each other the best that they can possibly be. Salt Lake Community College record certainly puts them in the running for an at-large bid for the national tournament. And from the region, we hope that they get it. Your second place, Region 18 team, the Lady Bruins from Salt Lake Community College, Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, sports fans, we'd like to announce the all-tournament team. From North Idaho College, Shelly Pollinger. Shelby. From the College of Southern Idaho, Brianna Osorio. From Salt Lake Community College, Sydney Taylor. From the College of Southern Idaho, Maddie Bentley. From Salt Lake Community College, Tyler Clark. And the most valuable player from the 2016 Region 18 tournament, from the College of Southern Idaho, Candace. Not a coach in America that would like to have that group right there. Great talent on the floor. Congratulations to all the ladies. Your 2016 Region 18 All-Tournament team. And now the first place Region 18 team for 2016, congratulating the College of Southern Idaho. The individual awards to Mariah Dill. Candace Barber. Mackenzie Van Sickle. Brianna Osorio. Lucia Village. Alyssa Park. Tori Anderson. Maddie Bentley. Ruby Shreve. Anna Jo Fressa. Ariel Augustine. Alexia Matthew. Ty Brianne Jones. Samantha Lupke. And Christina Rupp. Assistant coaches Joshua Edwards. Assistant coach Jason Nichols. And head coach Randy Rogers. The Region 18 champions, and they will be representing the regions of the Women's Conference of the National Junior College Athletic Association Women's Rugby. The sportsman's up next, once again to the victor over spoils the ceremonial cutting down of the nets. And upon completion of that, there's still another great basketball coming up. A game for the men's championship of Region 18. North Idaho College and Salt Lake Community College will take the hardwood here coming up. We got about 30 minutes from now. We'll have a complete warm-up session. We invite you to stay on for the men's championship game. It should be a great one. Till then, College of Southern Idaho Pep Band, under the direction of Mr. Scott Farkas.
Gotta wait.